Hello everybody, and welcome to the Whiskey Dictionary. So, I know I do not typically stream on Saturday nights. However, why not? I'm on vacation. It's should be pretty awesome. For those of you that don't know, I just immediately decided to do this, and I think I've set this whole thing up in 25 minutes. So, I've got everything good. Everything should be good. Hopefully the audio's good. Everything's good. Let's get into some whiskey. So first off, the most important question I think I can ask you guys tonight is, what are you drinking? Because for me, really it was just Jack and Coke. I had one earlier today, although I decided to do it with the Jack Bonded because that made me laugh. It was actually, thinking back on it, it didn't really have any of the flavor that you get with a regular Jack Daniel's Old No. 7, which I don't know if that's a good thing or... There's a background voice coming from somewhere. Well, I mean, there's some music that is probably coming from a website that is... thank you for telling me that. I forgot that let me fix that. There we go. I wanted to have some background music going. And it was playing some ads. So, let's try this again. Anyway, thank you very much for that. All right, so let me tell you guys about what I want to do tonight, because it's a little bit, kind of fun, I guess. I suck at blind tasting. Let me just throw that out there. I was on the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society's little blind taste thing that Scott was hosting the other day, and I did okay. I didn't do fantastic. I did okay. But obviously I didn't make it past the first round. Now, I guess spoilers for anybody who wants to watch that, I guess block your ears. But the winner on that was Jason, which I'm psyched about because he deserves it. Jason's got a fantastic palate. He puts in the time. He's awesome. So I'm happy that he won. But all right, let's talk about what I'm doing tonight. So I got a case from a company called Blind Barrels. Now, this time of year, there's a million things going around where people are trying to, get things out there for Christmas and introduce new products, and I love it because this is a fun time of year for me. I'm honestly, I'm shooting things down left and right because I only have so much time. But I wanted to jump on and do something with this because blind tastings are just kind of fun. There's no real pressure, especially in something like this. So let me tell you a little bit about this, at least from what I know about it. But we're both going into this, if you forgive me for even saying it, a bit blind. So the whole point is they've got these 4 little bottles. I have no idea what's in these. It's not even, hey, one of these samples is from here, one of these samples is from here. It's, here's 4 samples you have no clue about. I want you to taste them, decide which one you like, and then they have a QR code I can scan, and I'll scan it before the end of the episode, and we can go and see what I like. So it's kind of weird because I don't know. It's almost like you guys can't see it and then be like, oh, he's tasting that. I wonder if that's I don't know, the Bardstown or something like that. So these are kind of cool. Now this is I believe this is a monthly or quarterly subscription. No, I'm sorry. It's a quarterly subscription, and you can either subscribe by month or by year. So let me just take these out because it's going to make noise. So you could do a subscription by month or by year. I have no idea whether I'm going to recommend that you guys do this or not yet. Conceptually, it's a fun idea. And honestly speaking, the prices are not bad for what you're getting. It's like, I think it's $60 per quarter, and you get 4 samples, which does sound like a lot. That's basically what you would pay at a bar. But what you're also getting is kind of an experience. So assuming these are cool and this goes well, I think I've certainly reviewed things with worse pricing. But I want to try to keep this up just so that it kind of has some, they sent me a product for free. I want to give them a little bit of airtime. So let me do that. And I'm going to get my glasses all set up here. But let's see. So what are you guys drinking tonight? Let's see. We've got Penelope Toasted 4-Grain, Umiki, Japanese malt distillate and imported grain distillate finished in pine barrels. Okay. I drink whiskey, therefore I am. I like that. Thinking of pouring some of my New Riff winter whiskey. So Daniel, you should definitely do that, and then you should let me know what you think, because New Riff recently opened up their single barrel program again. It was shut down for a little bit, and I've been thinking about maybe contacting them and trying to get in on that, because I've always really liked the product that they put out. I think I've had 3 separate bottles from them, and each one was better than the last. I've had like the bourbon, the rye, and then maybe a single barrel, and they were all very good. So let me know if you like it. Just killed my Old Forester 1910 Deanston Virgin Oak as a warm-up. Okay, I have a bottle of that. Ardbeg Ugadale. Man, Redbreast 12. I do not want to kill my Oogie. It's so close. Are those bigger than 2-ounce samples, though? Hard to tell. So I would say probably not. 50 milliliter. What's that in ounces? I don't know. So they're 50 mil. The one thing I would say is if you wanted to, you could certainly reuse these. But, I'm not about to sit here and say that anything is amazing until after I've tried it. This thing is going to get in the way this whole time. So let's do this. I'm going to scooch this over here. We're going to keep that on screen. I'm going to put my water behind it. That way it stays up. And then I have a little bit more room to work with. Okay, cool. So let's get a few of these poured. So I'm going to pour A, and I'm going to drink all of these. All of each one. Because I got nothing to do tomorrow. I think I need to wake up, walk the dog at some point. That's about it. So we're going to pour A. 50 mil is 2 ounces. Yeah. So, it's not meant to be a repeat sipper. This is meant to be a sit down and have fun. You could easily split this between 2 people, though, without a doubt. Nobody needs 8 ounces of whiskey, even though I just said I was about to do that. But I'm not human. Doing this channel for as many years as I have, my tolerance is very high. Split between 2 or 4 people. Yeah, actually 4 people could easily do this as well. So that's actually kind of a fun idea too, is if this is worth it, $60 for a night of fun with, 3 other friends, that's absolutely worth it. So that's something to think about too. All right, so I'm going to keep these as close, or I guess I got to keep them I can't talk. I'm going to have to keep them in the right spots. That way I don't mess anything up. All right, New Riff is a pass from me. There are some youthful rye notes I get in them that hit me wrong. Common note I find in things that plenty of other people like. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. However, it's been a few years for me, and I was kind of hoping that was gone by now. Maybe it's not. But I'm also going to make use of the Whiskey Dictionary because I don't think I stand a chance even having any ideas here unless I do. So don't mind me as I write and stuff. But, keep the chat going. I want to hang out with you guys. It's Saturday night. You could sit there and watch me drink, or you guys can, we could have a conversation, which I think is a lot more fun. All right, let's go ahead and jump into sample number A. I'm just going to kind of give it a nose, give it a taste, and go from there. It's funny, if you could see my desk, I've got glasses and bottles and papers and documents and pens. This is not how a person drinks whiskey, but pretty much all of us probably do. Ooh, that smells really good. Now, it's worth mentioning that I believe all of these are considered craft distilleries. So it's not, like I mentioned earlier, it's not going to be, you smell this and it's like, oh, that's Jim Beam. It's going to be some random place from New York or the middle of nowhere, whatever. So I'm actually really liking the concept of having no clue what's in here, because it really is just what does it smell like? What does it taste like? Do you like it? which is a rarity for me. Like, I would imagine a lot of you guys can kind of have that experience, but I don't get that experience very much, certainly not with 4 of these, especially because I'm usually the one pouring for myself, so I do like that. Lions and tigers and bears. Get the new Riff Winter Whiskey if you can come across it. Okay. Watching, thanks. Start the night with this blind flight and have everyone bring a bottle to try too. Make a good night out of it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. So, this one doesn't smell very alcohol-y. I'm gonna try to do this. So I'm self-admittedly not very good at blind tasting. So I need to come up with a concept that I can do repeatedly because I'm an engineer and I have to do that stuff. Where I can start off with, does it smell? Does anything hit me immediately? If so, move on and like, how's the alcohol? Is it high or is it low? Because that's going to kind of help me to determine. I don't know. I'm going to figure this out as I go. But I really want to develop a technique for myself so that I can maybe help other people who aren't super good at this. Everyone remember to lick the like. Yeah, it tastes like a delicious blind sample. Well, thank you, Sugar Kitty. It's very sweet. It's fruity. It's not. My first thought was apple, and I realized I said I was the whole ABV thing, which is funny how quickly I threw that out of the way. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to try to smell for ABV right away unless it hits you. That's definitely a thing that you're just going to taste for. Anyway, let's go into some of the flavors. So this tastes very fruity, or this smells very fruity for me. I haven't even tasted it yet. I'm going to say there's like plum or maybe orange. No, I'm not going to say orange. However, I did just get a little cinnamon on the nose there. This is super sweet, like candy-ish. Is this, so this is definitely A. Okay, just making sure. I'm paranoid that I screwed everything up here. Okay, let's go ahead and have a taste. Cheers, everybody. Happy Saturday night. That is very different than it smells. Not a hint of fruit. It's, at least not right away. Not my first drink of the night, so luckily everything just kind of, you could actually taste everything. Merry Christmas to you as well, Jerry. So, this is there's not a whole lot going on here yet. Hold on. So definitely not 40%, which is a good sign, because that means that this kit isn't just going to be a whole bunch of 40%ers. They would have been pretty dumb to do that, honestly. So I'm happy that they didn't do that. Shows that they have a clue. I'm getting a little bit of smoke, which is strange, because as I mentioned, all I got was fruit. So I was doubting myself a little bit, but on the second sip, it's clear as day. This is a little bit smoky. The balance is very, very good, actually. I'm gonna just go right sample A. All right, so I know nothing about it. I'm gonna take a guess at the proof. So it's not 40. So in my mind, that usually eliminates 42. I don't often see 44. So I'm thinking it's not 50, at least not in my mind. So I'm thinking either 46 or 48. So I'm going to go to the lower of the two. I'm going to go 46%, because so far it doesn't taste, there's not much burning, but it's higher than 40. All right, so we're going to go 46. So the balance, I put that kind of like at the very top. The body is actually pretty thin. So out of a score, this thing does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a score of 1 to 5. I'm actually going to give that a 2 on the body. Dark fruits. Let's see. By the way, if anybody's interested, I know I sell these books, or used to sell them. I don't have any for sale at the moment. But if you'd like to follow along, or even just have some to go with, I made the PDF of the Whiskey Dictionary pages available for free on thewhiskeydictionary.com. If you, I wish I could tell you where it is. It's been a little while since I've looked. But if you click, you'll be able to find it pretty easily. Or I do know that there is a link to a PDF on the video I did for the Whiskey Dictionary. So if you'd like to try this out, feel free. I made that available because it took time to make the little diagrams and everything, and I wanted more people to use it. All right, so dark fruits, I'm going to go pretty low on this. I'm going to give it a 1. Citrus, I'm going to give it a 2. Floral. I'm trying to remember if I always kind of forget what I put on here myself. So I put it low on citrus, but I do think it's like fruity, and I don't think I put fruity as one of the options here, which is kind of funny. Like, why wouldn't I? That's one of my most commonly given responses when I'm doing these things. All right, so floral, maybe a little bit. I'm gonna go with a 1 again on that. Herbal, that's a 0 from me. Nutty, 2. Malty, I'm gonna actually go 4. I think this is quite a bit malty. Toffee, no, like a 2. Peaty. So I do have peaty and smoky different here. So I'm going to go 0 or 1 on peaty. Sulfury, I'm going to go 1. Woody, I'm going to go 3. Cereal, actually, oddly enough, I'm going to go 1. Fainty. So that's basically kind of like, does it taste like almost unflavored alcohol? In my mind, no. Whatever this is, I don't know how old this is. I couldn't even guess, but it took to the barrel well. I don't taste this and think this is a young whatever it is. Come to think of it, I'm going through this. Actually, you know what? I'm all over the place, but again, I'm figuring out how I want to do this. So smoky, let's go with that. I'm going to give it a 3 for smoky, 1 for spicy. Sweet is going to be, sweet's going to be 5. Winey's going to be a 3. So if we fill in our little radar graph here, which I just love radar graphs. They're so weird. And I'll show you guys what this looks like. Not that it really matters, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's not going to focus. It's not going to. No, whatever. It looks like a star. All right, so this is probably not super interesting, so I'm going to kind of change this up a little bit. What I'm thinking here, with the high malt and the somewhat decent oak, but the fact that it's well balanced, I'm going to say this is like a single malt. It's not a Scotch, but I'm thinking it's like an American single malt. I haven't had like dozens of them, but I've had probably like 7 or 8. And this is I've probably had more than that actually, but I think this is an American single malt. So I'm going to take a guess here. I'm going to say American single malt, ASM. What would I rate this out of? I have my little rating scale here done by quarters. Hearing you work around the wheel is actually intriguing to me. Okay, that's good to hear, because hopefully it's that way for other people too. It does look like some people dropped off when I was really evaluating it, so I guess it's going to be more of a stream for nerds. American single malt. So we've got this guy. I like this one. It's a little weak. I wish it had a little bit more flavor. It's very balanced, but there's that lacking of body is, in my mind, like it's not. The flavors are there, but none of them are pronounced, and so. No, I'm totally with you. How else do you blind taste without talking about the taste? That's fair. I guess people are just expecting not to stare at the top of my head while I stare down and write in the notebook, but oh well. One of these days I'll digitize this whole thing and I'll have it up on the screen and I'll like click little buttons. That'd be kind of cool actually. All right, so overall, do I like this? I do like it, but it's very weak. Like if I ordered this, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine, but not like fantastic. There are a couple of weird notes that came across on the taste as I was kind of sitting here talking. Which, fun fact, as most of you will know, like as you're tasting stuff, if you can make air pass over your tongue, you may very well taste more things. So the very act of talking to a camera while I'm drinking does actually help with the whole tasting thing. And because of that, one of the other notes I picked up here was peaches. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write down peaches. I believe at the beginning I said there was a little bit of smoke. I said it was very fruity. Okay. I don't recall many more things I said here. Oh, I said cinnamon at some point. Cinnamon. Cool. All right, let's move on to sample B. All right. How is that New Riff Winter? Still curious about that. Digital Interactive Dictionary. It sounds cool and sounds like a lot of work to create. Yes, the DIWD. Diwick. The Diwick? Sounds like a person saying dick with like a speech impediment. Hey, baby, come look at my Diwick. No, it doesn't work. All right, let's go into this one because I don't know where that was going. Okay, so this one smells a bit young to me. Immediately. But I do think that there's probably a bit of rye in this one. Like probably like, I don't know. It's not super sweet. Yeah, give me 3 seconds, William Hall. So William's asking for a page that he can grab that PDF, and I'm going to find it for him. So we're going to go to scroll. Oh, it's because I hit it. I'm the worst. All right, I'm going to find this for you. And then for anybody watching in the future, I'm going to throw the link either in the chat or down on the description if I think about this after the stream. This will take me 1 second here. We're going to edit our site. Yeah, I'm sorry. So when the Whiskey Dictionary sold out, I hid that area of the page because why promote something that nobody can get? You know, unless I want to be a jerk about it, which, you know, sometimes. But all right, so we're going to go to home. I definitely made a thing. Partners, barrel picks. All right, we're going to go to the media here. Code packages. Anybody watching this and tuning in right now, I'm sorry, it gets better. I'm just, I'm trying to help people out here. There's got to be an media. It's been a while since I've been in this site. Media, there we go. All right, let's find the PDF. All right, let's see. PDF. Whiskey notes, that sounds promising. Oh, come on. All right. PDF. Just a sec. Whiskey notes. Come on, let me open you. What the hell? You're the worst. All right. I am going to have to just do this later, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to make this a terrible stream. You know what though? I kind of like screw it. I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going to go to the homepage, right? And I'm going to, anybody who happens to be on this right now, I'm going to go to the homepage. I'm going to go drop this right on the homepage. Because I think, yeah, if you scroll down and you look right next to the video that is promoting my Patreon, you will see a big old PDF thing. Hopefully. Let's see. I just published. Yep, there it is. All right, let's see. I bet I can do this. Let's do this. Oh, I disappeared. This should be window capture. All right, let's get back to this. All right, enjoy that while it's there. Yeah, sorry, the audio's back now. Thanks for letting me know. All right, cool. Yeah, that was just because I switched over. You should be good now. Yep, I've got audio. And the video, music, cool. All right, let's do this. All right, let's go back to sample B. So the only thing I remember from this is that it was, yeah, back to the real work. This is young. I can tell from the nose. It smells of mint. So I'm actually going to write down mint because that is like huge for this immediately. Young rye often smells like mint. No link for notes PDF. You know what? Somebody that's, you know, I could just do this. You people. Copy link address. Paste. Enter. Enjoy. If you click on that, it should take you right there. Okay. So, Can I get back to drinking whiskey now? You guys done distracted me. All right. I hope you guys are enjoying it. This is fine. I honestly don't care. This is like, I like when there's really no stress. I don't care. It's Saturday night. Family's out doing some stuff, so the wife and kids are gone. I was just gonna sit on the couch and I was gonna friggin' goof off and watch TV, and I was just like, screw it, I'm going live. It's a fun way to go. What kind of blind tasting stream is this? You're not tasting it. I know, I'm the worst. All right, let's go ahead and taste this then. Cheers to you, Steve. The perfect night for tasting stream. I completely agree. This is a weird taster. I'm gonna say this one. You know what this reminds me of? I think. Hold on. I know exactly what this reminds me of. Where are you? Did I finish the Tawakera? Oh, did I finish my Tawakera? Let's find it. I think I'm... Oh, no, I think I finished them. That's so sad. I've had those for so long. Oh, no, I didn't. Yay! All right. This is 4 grain. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't too sure to the point where I was going to commit. All right, let's try this. Yep, that's what it is. This right here, I think this is a 4 grain whiskey. I'm calling it. I'm going to say this is a 4 grain. After tasting it, the rye was mellowed a little bit with the... there was definitely some malted barley going on in there. And I'm like, okay, rye and malted barley, the chances of this being a rye barley mash are pretty low. I bet it's going to get the other two in there too. And I think it did. I don't know for sure. I could be totally just being like, yeah, I'm awesome, but totally wrong. Who knows? All right, 4 grain. Let's go ahead and try the nose. Tawakero, actually, the company, it's in Texas, and they sent it to me years ago at this point. Years ago, like right before the first Bastards Ball. Yeah, man, the smell of the mint is just overpowering almost everything else that I could possibly get off of this. That's all I can smell. That's a bummer, because I was kind of hoping to smell something else. Even the taste isn't that great. Bold move calling out 4 grain young whiskey, but your notes on the first one seem promising, so maybe you're having a great tasting day. Maybe. That's a good point. I'm like fully on board, unless there's... I mean, these are all craft whiskeys, too. So it's entirely possible some places just like, screw it, we're putting rye and malted barley in there and nothing else. But if that's the case, then they got me. It's fine. All right, let's go ahead around the wheel, and I'm going to go a little faster this time. So balance on this one, nah. It's this. So let me even just say, I don't like this whiskey in particular, but I've tasted other things like this that I haven't loved, but it's more of a me thing than a them thing. So I don't know. So anyway, low on the balance, middle range body, dark fruits, nothing. Actually, literally nothing. I'm going to give a 0. Floral, yeah, actually, I'm going to go middle floral. I'm going high herbal, 0 on nutty, 4 out of 5 on malty. Toffee. Actually, on the finish, there is some toffee. I wouldn't have thought about it until I read the word, which is why I love this little wheel. It just reminds me to think about a thing. 0 on the peat, 0 on the sulfur, 2 on the woody, 2 on the cereal, 0 on fainty, 0 on smoky, 0 on spicy, 2 on the sweet. I'm actually going to go 3 on whiny. It's just like my 6-year-old daughter. Just very whiny. Hope she doesn't see this someday. Anyway, so yeah, my little radar graph, quite a bit different than the previous one. I liked the previous one, and actually this is interesting. I know you guys can't super see. Actually, let's do this. All right, so we're going to copy this. All right, cool. So you guys should be able to hear me now. And that's not even what I wanted to go. That's not going to work. Ah, screw it. I don't care. I was trying to show you a little bit closer, but we're not. I'll figure that out for another time. All right, I gotta get something other than just mint and grainy. Honestly, Elle, you're not wrong. I wouldn't, but it wouldn't be surprising if I got there safely. How about Scotch? I think you have a good selection of Scotch. Oh, that's for Fedorevsky. Hey, cheers, Richie Z. Nice to see you. Usually very hard for me to find many of these craft ones. Yeah, that's fair. It depends very much where you live. I gotta get something other than just mint on this, but it's really like that's super all that there is. It's very thin too. It's just this one's disappointing. This is like immediately I would be sad if this ends up being like my second choice. I'm gonna be sad. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to sample C. Oh, I forgot to guess at the ABV on this one. It's very thin. This is gonna be low. I'm gonna go like. I hope it's not 46 because it doesn't taste like 46. But I don't think they're gonna put a 42. I'm gonna, you know what? Screw it. I don't care. I need to not overthink this. I'm gonna put 42%, only because I don't think they would do a 40%. But that one, not a huge fan of. Any good whiskey from Norway to keep a look out for? Is there? I don't really know. That's a good question. Ooh, I'm already liking C a little bit more. This one smells immediately like caramel and maybe some toffee, but very sweet. Ooh, that's so sweet. It's like candy. Oh, that's really yummy. All right, we're going to go sample C. The proof here, I don't know the proof yet. So, all right, we're going to go caramel. I'm mostly writing these down because I don't want to, like, when I go look up the answers later, it'd be fun to kind of compare what I got and what I didn't. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, whatever this is, I hope it tastes like it smells. I'm going to specify these in the nose versus the taste. Oh, that's so good. What is this? It's like orangey. You know, this almost smells like... It almost smells like it was finished in like a maple bourbon barrel. Or something like that. I'm going to write maple. Because I'm thinking about what would cause that sweetness, but also the caramel. And where I've seen that before has been in these ex-maple barrels. All right, let's go ahead and have a cheers to Fedorevsky, who is, I believe, in Norway. So, cheers to you. Ooh, that one's high ABV. And this is kind of what I'm getting at. This is it's easy to know sometimes. Other times you gotta think about it. I'm gonna peg that one for like 55%. I think it's way higher than the other two. Wish I could, but Brazil is a damn wasteland and super restricted shipping. Yeah, I've never been to Brazil. I can't comment too much on it, but you know, I imagine that the news coming out of Brazil is just like the news coming out of the U.S., you know, to other countries. They think everybody from the U.S. is from Texas. So I'm not going to make too much of a judgment on Brazil. As far as the taste here goes, so this one's high ABV is kind of overloading it just a bit. I'm definitely going to have a couple more sips of this for sure. What am I getting? The only thing I can get almost immediately is like a cocoa kind of thing. So I'm going to write cocoa. What else? I have a question for you guys, since you're watching this anyway. Around the end of the year, I'm just going to kind of think about this one for a sec. Around the end of the year, I like to, I always do my best of the year kind of videos and all this other stuff, but I like to do other stuff too, because like I'm done with work for the rest of the calendar year. So you might see some weird stuff coming out of me on weird days. I would love to do like a studio tour and actually show you guys what it's like down here. Frankly, like back the camera up about 10 feet and show you what I'm working with. Is that interesting at all to you guys? Like, would you watch? It's not gonna be 20 minutes long. Maybe it'll be like 8 minutes long. Is that interesting? I find those kind of videos interesting, but it's because I'm a YouTube creator, so I like to see what other people do. But I'd be interested in doing that. I've wanted to do it for a couple of years, but I'd be curious. Yes, I would watch that. Okay. Honestly, all I needed was just like a little bit of validation that was a good idea. I'll probably do that. I've been wanting to for a while. I'm going to have to clean. It's pretty messy down here. I had my share of fun with customs on the way back to the U.S. due to alcohol. Yeah, that can happen. Yes, for sure. Seconded and validate. Nice. Hey, Jeffrey Whack. Nice to see ya. All right. This one's developing into something else. I'm gonna not just the cocoa. I'm gonna write down toffee as well. Not just the cocoa and the toffee. There's this really drying, like it's very tannic. Like this is definitely just a bourbon, I think. See, I'm not tasting any rye. The sweetness is potentially throwing me off, where this could be like, no, I don't think this is gonna, let me get my thoughts straight here. So when you drink a bourbon, they always just have the classic notes, right? But this only has caramel and chocolate. And it makes me wonder, like, what are they using for the barrel? And is that making it weird and throwing it off? Like, is this wheat whiskey that they've just put in a funky barrel that's been, like, super charred? Maybe? I don't think so, though. I think this is... I'm gonna commit, because why not? I'm just gonna write, this is bourbon barrel. Yeah. But aside from that, I don't really know what else. I'm not tasting any rye, and that's making me... I guess I don't know why I'm trying to convince myself it's anything other than just bourbon. Okay, let's go around the wheel real quick. So this one, I like probably the most of the three so far. Dirty is great in whiskey and YouTube. Like it. Anything other than beer and cider has to be bought. Okay, yeah. Okay, balance, pretty good. 4 out of 5. Body, 4 out of 5. Dark fruits, 0. Citrus... I didn't taste any, but I feel like I'd get some eventually. Actually, I got a little orange on the nose. I'm not tasting it, but it's enough to give it a 1. This is why you take notes. So floral, 0 floral. That ABV is great. Herbal, 0 on the herbal. Nutty, I'm gonna give it a 1. Just little baby, little hint. Malty. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe that's where I'm tasting the chocolate. It's a more... I'm starting to piece this together, right? Where I'm now convincing myself maybe it's not just a bourbon. And here's why. When I historically have tasted chocolate in anything, it has nothing to do with like chocolate malted barley or anything. It's just, I find that chocolate doesn't show up unless there is malted barley. And I could be totally wrong, but now I'm thinking, would they do just corn and barley? I don't think so. So then I'm not tasting any rye, so I don't want to go 4 grain again, because not everything can be 4 grain. Screw it. I'm just gonna stick with bourbon. All right, I'm not gonna switch it up. But let it be known, there is malt in here, so I'm still gonna put a 4 for malty, even though I think it's just maybe it's like a really low rye, like maybe it's like 80 corn, like 4 rye, and like 16 barley. I'm gonna write something like that. I think it's like I'm gonna put like I'm going to put 80 corn. I don't think it's like 4 rye. I think it's going to be like 10 rye, but I don't taste it at all. And then I'm going to go 10 barley. Okay, why not? Okay, so toffee. Yeah, I'll just put it like middle because I'm tasting the caramel and I'm going to just account it to that. PD is 0, sulfur is 0, woody, yeah, 4 out of 5 woody. Cereal, 3 out of 5. Fainty, 0. Smoky, 0. Spicy, 0. Sweet, 5 out of 5. Winey, 1 out of 5. Okay, so again, another funky radar graph. It'd be interesting to try something that, after doing this, had like a really round shape, where it just got like a 3 on everything. Yeah, like it looks like a bird. I don't know. This one over here. You can almost see that. Yeah. If I put on the autofocus on my camera, it has like these weird symbols on here. Excuse me, to show me the like where my face and everything is. So I can't get rid of those without turning off the autofocus. Otherwise, this would be a lot easier. I think someday I'm gonna get a new camera. This camera's fine. Okay, sample D. Let's get into this. What time is it? It doesn't matter, but I'm making pretty good time. 8:42. All right, let's see. While I was focusing on that, hey, ADHD Whiskey. Hey, what's going on? Nice to see you, Matt. Been a while. Glad you're here. I've been watching some of your Advent stuff. It's, as always, fantastic. Your video is just so good. Like, I love the style of your videos. All right, let's go ahead and do a little... Hold on. All right. So Spencer is asking. So sample A was it looks a little bit like anise. Again, just can't. There's no good way to do. You know what? Let's take 3 seconds and let's just fix this. So we've got browser, so you guys can hear me. I've got the cam link going, but it's not working. But that doesn't matter. Oh yeah, it is. And then we've got the window capture. That's not what I want. I want full webcam. I want browser webcam. There we go. And then I want my friggin' webcam to show up. All right, let's do this instead. So we've got the music going. I'm going to just add a video source. Video capture device. Let's grab... We'll just grab a new one. And then the HD Pro webcam. Boom. Why? Why? Okay, video capture device. Alright, screw it, I don't care. Full webcam. Okay. Like I said, I don't care, but I totally care, as is evidenced by the fact that I am caring. I wonder if it's just like not... Oh, because it's super tiny and it's like way the hell up here. Oh, that's so stupid. Hold on. I've got this. I've got this. No, I don't have this. All right, we're gonna get into samples D because I don't want to do tech support while I'm trying to sip whiskey. I totally do, but that's not interesting to you. All right, let's nose this. Oh, that smells so good. It's so sweet. I think I just really like sweet whiskeys. I may as well just, you know, friggin'... Can we just finish everything in sherry? I'm okay with that. Let's go corn whiskey finished in sherry. Oh, it's so good. What is that? It's so sweet. And it's citrusy. I almost want to say... What is that? Like a tangerine? It's almost like seagrass, like barrel seagrass, where barrel seagrass is apricot. I don't think it's apricot. I'm gonna write down tangerine. All right, let's go tangerine. All right. Oh, we got the friggin' ads playing again. Get out of here. Give me my music back. Oh, that's so good. I think I'm picking up a hint of rye, which I was not expecting when I first nosed this. I thought this was going to be a bourbon as well. But I'm thinking this is like this is starting to get a little bit higher into the rye. I do tell you, off the nose, this smells a little low ABV, but there's a lot going on with what I can actually smell that makes me think a low ABV whiskey can't hold that much smell. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and have a sip of this. So, cheers, everybody. Ha. Okay. That's just took me by surprise. That's definitely not a low ABV. Okay. I'm saying that's north of 60%, which makes sense. It's sample D. But holy crap, boy, that was a surprise. Yeah, I never cough. It's 100% surprise. That was great though. Wow. What a whiskey. All right, let's try that again while I'm expecting it. And I can tell you immediately this is 100% a rye, like without a doubt, just on the flavor. Wow. You know what the problem was? I put it in my mouth and I immediately swallowed instead of letting it sit in there, and that's what it just seized my throat. All right, this is absolutely. I'm gonna go 60 or 62. I'm kind of terrible with anything over 55% guessing at what it is. I don't think it's 58 though, because the last one. What did I guess for the last one? I guessed 55 for the. Yeah, I'm definitely going over 60. Should I just put, maybe I'll just put 60. I'm just going to put 60 because I don't care, like nobody's grading me, but I don't want to put like 64 and be like so far off. So I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to go 60. All right. Tangerine, rye off the nose, off the flavor. It's like super rye. But it's not herbal like the second one was. It's more the rye spiciness that is, more in line with like maybe like the Jack Daniel's single barrel rye, or potentially something. What's the max on a bourbon? Isn't there a limit like 125? So let's see. So it's technically anything under 80% can be bourbon, but you very rarely see anything over 70%. Most of the time, you're gonna be in like the mid 60s as a top. I'm just looking at my rye shelf. Maybe like the rare breed rye? No, maybe. Let me smell it. Hold on. Gotta grab this. By the way, while I'm doing this and thinking about this, in the off chance this is a total plug for myself, in the off chance that, or not even off chance, in the chance that any of you guys are into Dungeons and Dragons, I have a second channel where I talk about D&D. And I play a game with some of the other whiskey tubers called Dungeons and Drams. So if you're interested, you could find a link to that on the homepage of my channel, or I expect somebody will probably be dropping a link pretty soon in the chat. So the rare breed, I don't know. I need another glass. Okay, this one's clean. Oh, William, you'll love it. It's really fun, actually. I'm having a blast doing it. Steve, this is a reason that you're a mod and you're like the best guy ever. It doesn't smell the same as a rare breed, but I am going to try a sip because this is, if anything, actually, this will kind of give me a little bit of a hint. Because this is 56%. Let's see if I'm off. Okay, tastes nothing like the rare breed. Totally off on that. But what I will say is I'm feeling more confident in my over 60% ABV. All right. I'll probably be doing some live streams on the D&D channel as well over the next week. I do some like world building and I kind of hang out and drink some whiskeys and talk about whatever too. So if you want to see more of this beautiful thing that used to be my face, yeah, come join. Just had Pikesville Rye for the first time. It was good, but not my favorite. Colin, that's still awesome. I love Pikesville. It is one that I recommend to a lot of people when they want to get into rye. I actually just killed a bottle on D&D on Monday, so like less than a week ago. I realized I had 2 bottles hanging around of Pikesville, and so I killed one. All right, so let's get back to this. So we're drinking sample number 4. I'm going to go around on my notes here. Balance. Very well balanced. I've given it a 4 out of 5. Body, let's go 2 out of 5. Excuse me. All right, dark fruits 0, citrus 0. No, that's not true, because it's tough. You know, I never. Test. Hey, there we go. No idea what happened. It was totally the mic. Something just, not the physical. The Focusrite 2i2 just lost power apparently. So that's cool. You know, this is why I don't have the audience that other people have. Oh, because I'm a total consummate professional. All right, herbal. We're gonna go back 0. No, what am I talking about? Now I'm all out of it. I gotta have a sip. I think the important part is just knowing how to fix stuff when it breaks. So herbal is definitely gonna that's gonna be like a 4 out of 5. Nutty is 0. Malty is 2. Toffee is a 0. Peaty 0. Sulfur 0. Boy, I sure would like to drink a peaty and a sulfur. That'd be nice. Woody 1. Cereal 1. Fainty 0. Smoky 0. Spicy 3. Sweet 4. So this is, if this is a rye like I suspect, it's incredible actually how nice and sweet this is. I don't know what this is as far as a rye goes. I don't think it's a good representation of a rye. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, this is super good. This would be a really good transition from bourbon over to rye. But I don't feel like it's actually showing you what rye is. So right now, Marshall, what I'm tasting is I'm doing, actually, yeah, it's been a while since I've said anything. So right now I am doing a thing. It's called Blind Barrels. This was sent to me by the company to do a blind tasting. I have no idea what's in any of these glasses, actually, which is really fun. And so you taste them all, and then once I'm done, I'm going to go look at their website and check out, because they'll tell you what each one is. But this is just a really good way to be like, I have no idea what's going on. Let me train myself, and let's see if we can guess what they are. But they're also... They say that it is specifically craft distilleries, so it's not going to be like, oh, this tastes like Jim Beam, you know, so as I said earlier. Okay, this one has a freaking weird radar graph. So almost everything is just right around the center. This is like a sea anemone. Hold on. Let's go. This is like, You know what this is? This is I know exactly what this is. Hold on. You guys are going to love this because I'm going to nerd out here. All right, hold on. We're doing this. I'm not going to say it out loud. You'll love this. And once I show it to you, you'll be like, it's totally that. Because there's nothing else that looks just like this. Come on. Find it. Oh, come on. Oh, no. There's no good pictures of it. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to spend forever. So, Star Wars, A New Hope, Battle of Yavin. There is a point where I think it's when the Death Star is shooting. Yes, it's right before the Death Star shoots, and they have like a big graph where they're about to shoot Yavin 4, and there's a huge graph that's sticking up. It's all pointy, and it's supposed to be like really spacey, and it looks just like this. So, which you totally can't see. This one right, this one, ring finger, looks just like that. Anyway, I don't care. I'm happy with myself for that reference. You guys don't even have to be there with me. Radar graphs are used for what business? To be honest, I don't really know what would use a radar graph other than something like this. It's a graph I came across while I was using a JavaScript library called Chart.js, and I was using that for my regular job. And as I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? This is perfect for mapping degrees of variability across multiple data points. And I really don't know what else you would use this graph for other than maybe like it's all got to be related too. So I don't know. Automotive engineering, and we do to score many different characteristics. Okay. So actually, yeah, okay, I could see that. So like if you had, like, let's say you were thinking about tires, right? So you've got like softness versus like tread versus, I don't know, circumference versus something. But like that wouldn't even work because the circumference has to be, it's got to be a bunch of different characteristics that all have the same amount of variability. So, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. Okay, so I have done all four. I'm going to have one more sip of each one. Currently, I can tell you that B is going to be my least favorite, but I'm going to try anyway. Okay. A is a little bit more boring now that I've gone through all of these, but it's still solid. I thought it was an American single malt. I still think it's an American single malt, but I'm leaning a little bit more towards wanting to change my mind towards a bourbon, but it's still malty. So I'm gonna leave it as an American single malt. Yeah, B is still not my jam. Funny thing, so Ed from the Rock Gut Review, actually, he is a distiller now, and he makes a rye, and he sent me a rye, which he loves. And it tasted a bit like this. And that's why earlier I was saying, like, it's me, it's not the whiskey. It's just not my jam. I like spicy ryes. I don't really love herbal ryes, I guess is a thing. What's a good American single malt to try? So there's several of them, but one that I really actually very much like is Courage and Conviction. It looks like this. Hold on. It's this giant blue one that's always hanging around here. This is a great American single malt whiskey. There's a bunch of others. Another one that I would definitely recommend is the single malt from Balcones. They're wonderful. And I'm sure a bunch of other people in the chat will give you some good recommendations. All right, I'm not going to second guess myself too much. That's good advice, Spencer. All right, C. I forgot that was hot. It's not even as hot as the other one, but I just totally forgot. This is something I would possibly give Blind Barrels as a feedback. I understand what they're doing, and I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the ABV is going up as you're getting towards D, and because of that, it's fine. It just is. It's tough to jump from this, which I think is like low 40s, to this, which is like mid 50s. So it's just a lot. All right. Let me taste this one again because I really didn't get much of anything. Excuse me. Okay. Currently third out of 4. So right now A is my favorite. This is my least favorite. This one's right in the middle. Okay. What did I say about D? I said it was a rye. Yeah, for sure. Okay. This one to me is pretty clear cut, actually. All right, so A is gonna be my second favorite. B is my least favorite. C is my third, and then D is actually gonna be my favorite. And I'm a little surprised at that, and I'll kind of repeat this as we go through it. I'm a little surprised at that because I was really loving the sweetness of C until I don't really know. Like, it kind of changed as it was just sitting here and as I tasted other things. C and A, I kind of want to maybe... I think I'm going to try them both again one more time and just make sure I've got them in the order I want them to be in. Because looking at the notes of C, caramel, sweet, orange, maple, cocoa, and toffee, like, that sounds awesome. A is American single malt, fruity, cinnamon, peaches, and smoke. That's pretty good too, though, actually. Yeah, long way to finish all 8 ounces. Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. Probably off stream, though. Or maybe I'll make things real interesting, kick them all back, and then keep streaming for another 20 minutes. Boy, that's a way to get myself in trouble. I want to try C one more time. Yep, I'm going to keep these in the same order. All right. DACB is going to be my order here. I'm going to write that down. So we're going to go DACB. So DACB. All right, let's go ahead and bust open the app. Unfortunately, I don't have my phone kind of on the screen here. Let's go ahead. So on the back of the card that comes with it, there is not only a way to taste, like a tasting chart, which is great. One thing I love about random people making tasting charts is like everybody kind of expand upon what already exists. So like, for example, sorry, I was having trouble getting my thoughts together. So like this one says cereal, but then it says husk grain, and then it has malt, barley, oat, rye, corn, wheat, baked goods. Like, I love that it's that... What's the word? That's 60%, man. All right, we got another friggin' commercial. Get rid of that. All right. I love that it gets that detailed. It's not a custom tasting booklet. Oh, sorry. Yes, this one is. So I used to sell these. I will once again, I promise. I just haven't had any printed recently. So the whole supply chain thing kind of screwed up the prices. Here's the problem is I used to sell these. I think I would sell them for, when I first started, I sold these for like $20, which people bought plenty of them. And I heard really good things, but I never felt right selling this for $20. It just doesn't, it's got 50 pages. It's great, but $20 always felt a little too much. And I was able to lower the price down to like $18, which still felt like too much. Ideally, I would love to get this down to like $12 or $15, and the supply chain issues were not making that happen. That's why I haven't reprinted them. That is a big reason why I haven't reprinted them. So for anybody wondering why I haven't had these for like a year and a half, that's why. I don't want to gouge you guys. I feel bad enough asking for you guys to be patrons, because the patronage really does help me to get bottles for the channel. And, you know, looking around, it's whatever. I don't have to say that. So join the Patreon if you'd like to. It would really help. Anyway, with this, I don't have the funds at the moment to reprint like, you know, a couple hundred of them, which is what you kind of have to get the prices that we need. So going back to this, we've got the QR code. So I'm going to scan this and let's see what we got. And I apologize that I'm going to have to just read this to you. I would love to have this hooked up, but it's not. Well, whatever. All right, click to reveal sample A. So let's see what sample A was, which was my second favorite. So this is I don't even know this. Colkegan. Its distillery is Santa Fe Spirits in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Colkegan single malt whiskey, which I believe I said this was an American single malt. Like, actually, I'm 100% sure I did. Fruity cinnamon peaches smoke. So let's see what they say. So it's 92 proof, which I nailed. I said 46%. Awesome. Age statement 3 years, which is very young. Didn't taste that way considering how sweet it was. Mash bill is 100% mesquite smoke malted barley. It is, let's see, for aroma, sweet hickory, smoke, cinnamon, baked apple pie, plum, and cider. So I got fruity and cinnamon. Not terrible, but not as good as I would. Cider might be kind of what I was tasting. Smelling with so much fruit. But I don't know. All right, tasting is roasted peppers, which that's a new one. Grilled peaches, which I said peaches. Okay. And grilled, I could lend that to the little bit of smoke I picked up. Apple pie and creamy. So I got like half of the notes that they put on here, which is cool. I won't tell you too much about the distillery, but it was founded in 2010, and yeah, it's like an artisan distillery. So this one is called Colkegan, Colkegan, Colkegan single malt. Okay, so that was my second favorite. So that's kind of cool. Santa Fe, huh? New Mexico. I don't know that I've had another whiskey from New Mexico. Excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and click to reveal sample B. Okay, so B was my least favorite of all of these. This is the Black Button Distilling in Rochester, New York. It's a weird blue bottle. Colkegan single malt aged in apple brandy. Is it really? That's awesome, Spencer. So Colkegan single malt aged in apple brandy barrels, 46%, which is totally what I put. That's cool. All right, so sample B again. So I wrote it was 42%. What is this? 84 proof. Am I failing at math here? I think that's right. 42, 84. Yeah. Yeah, I nailed that one too. Wow. Okay, 2 for 2. Cool. So all I wrote down for this one was mint and 4 grain. I really had nothing going on. All right, so distillery is Black Button Distilling in Rochester, New York. Name is 4 grain straight bourbon whiskey. Okay, that's cool. 84 proof, so nailed the ABV. A minimum of 2 years old, so this is very young, and that would make sense. Mash bill is 60% corn, 20 wheat, 9 rye, 11 malted barley, all grown in New York. All right, so aroma notes, I'm not going to go through. I'll read these off real quick, but let me just see, is mint in here? Mint is not in. Oh, spearmint. Spearmint tea is part of the aroma. All right, so the aroma is lemon, watermelon candy, spearmint tea, black pepper, and waxy. Tasting notes is floral, candied lime, grapefruit, pepper, hint of vanilla. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan. I would definitely give this one a pass at the moment, but reading that it's a minimum of 2 years old, they're just new. They just need more time, and we'll see. We'll check in on them in a couple of years. All right, so nailed the ABV on that one. I don't know. I nailed the mash bill. The mint was not there, although spearmint was a thing. So whatever. All right, let's go to sample C, which was my third favorite. So. This one's Penelope, actually. That's interesting. Penelope Bourbon in Roselle, New Jersey. So what did I write? I wrote 55%. I wrote caramel, sweet, orange, maple on the nose. I wrote cocoa and toffee. I wrote that it's in a bourbon barrel. But then I also broke down the mash bill to what I thought it was of 80% corn, 10% rye, 10% barley. So let's see how close I was. So Penelope Bourbon in Roselle is the producer. Midwest Grain Products. So it's an MGP. So this one is the Penelope Bourbon Barrel Strength Batch 10. Okay. So the proof is 57.6. I wrote 55. So that's pretty darn close. I do get less accurate as it goes up. I've noticed that about myself. Age statement is 4 to 5.5 years. Mash bill. Okay, let's check this out. I'm already loving what I see. All right. So I wrote 80 corn, 10 rye, 10 barley. This is a 4 grain. Which I know I was hemming and hawing about, but it's okay. I trusted my judgment. I was wrong, but I shouldn't. So their mash bill is 80 corn, which I nailed on the head. 6% wheat, which I didn't include at all, 11% rye, which I put 10, and 3% malted barley, which I also put 10. Real close on 2 of those. That's cool. All right, let's check out the aroma notes. So sweet caramel, orange, nutty, praline, and maple syrup. I wrote down caramel, sweet, orange, and maple. So that was on the nose. So I got the caramel correct, and I got the maple correct, which is that part is cool. I got the orange as well. All right, so that's cool. No wonder Penelope's so popular. All right, so the taste, toffee, which I got. Dark chocolate espresso beans. I wrote cocoa. They were a little bit more defined, I guess. Creme brulee crust, brown sugar, and barrel char, which I didn't bother writing any of those, but I did write bourbon barrel. Cool. All right. Let me take a sec before I get on to sample D just to catch up with the chat here. Well done. 42% ABV on the button. Yes, more aging. 3 out of 3 on proof. Can give it. Yeah, man, I'm super close on the proof. Well, you know, it's funny. I didn't go against. What did I? No, I didn't go against Dan. I went against Bart on SMWS channel the other day, and I was so all over the place on the ABV, which is tough because SMWS, if nothing else, like nothing that you drink from them is what you expect it to be. So it was almost a little tough. It was a little tough. And I didn't end up winning. I think I got like 4.5 points to his maybe 7. But the ABV, I don't know, whatever. That's usually something I can do okay. I forget kind of where I was going. All right, so sample D was the highest one. So I wrote, before I look over here, I wrote 60% ABV. I wrote tangerine and rye for the nose. I wrote rye for the taste. So I really didn't give a whole lot of anything on this one. But I do remember it just tasted like rye. All right, so sample D is Mammoth Distilling in Traverse City, Michigan. The name is Northern Rye Single Barrel. The cask is aged in a W.L. Weller barrel. All right, so sorry, I was just kind of getting preoccupied there. So Northern Rye Single Barrel. So it's definitely a rye, but that can hardly be a bragging right to pick out a rye. So, all right, proof is 64%. I guess 60. But if you remember, I actually even have it here. 62% is what I originally wrote, and then I backed it off to 60. But I'm not going to give myself half credit on that. It's too far off. Age statement 15 years. All right. Well, this was my favorite. It says 15 years, 205 days. So that's interesting. Mash bills undisclosed. Aroma. Okay. So apricot. That makes me grumpy. Remember I said it tasted like seagrass? And seagrass's main thing is apricot. Oh well, I wrote tangerine. It says juicy fruit gum, fruit cocktail, thyme, almond, spicy honey. And then the tasting notes are light caramel, like Werther's, licorice, grape soda, rich and mouth coating texture. Let me see if I can get any of those now knowing that it should taste like that. Yeah, I know. Jason ended up winning. I'm so happy for him. I like Jason so much. I'm very happy that he won. And he deserved to, honestly. Cool. Okay. So, of those 4 samples, I'm pretty happy with what I picked. Yeah. So, let me think about this for a sec. So, all right. We're people. We're talking here, right? They gave me this thing for free. I have an affiliate link. I have a vested interest in recommending this. But screw that. Here's what I actually think of this thing. This was a ton of fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. Here's what I would recommend. Well, here's the problem I think this fixes. It fixes 2 problems. I have a collection here of whiskey. If I want to give myself a blind flight, it's actually kind of tough. To do it properly, I just get like my wife or one of my kids and I'm just like, hey, go pick out 3 bottles and whatever. Usually my wife, but I'm like, go pick out 3 bottles and pour them into some glasses and then don't tell me what's in there. This fixes that problem because I have no clue. But the problem that I have with doing like what I have on stock is I kind of know everything about what I have on stock. Like it is a pretty good chance I'm going to guess it because I've had like half the bottle on most of the bottles that are open in here. It's not 100%, but it's close enough. I had no idea what any of these were. And I think because they're focusing on craft distilleries, I would guess that none of you will either. And this was just cool and fun. My only feedback to them would be the jump from the lower ABV to the higher ABV was brutal. And I didn't see it coming. So, but that's on me as well. But I'm also used to drinking high ABV. So other people might not like that so much. Maybe just give a warning. Say like a couple of these are really high ABV. Like just be ready, or I don't really know. That's up to them. Let their marketing team figure it out. But that was like the only off-putting part, is that I didn't see it coming, and it was just like, oh, like my throat was burning for a minute. Anyway, aside from that, like, all right, so let's think. If you buy the yearly subscription, I think it's like, I want to say it's like 20% off. Sorry, I was just reading Eric's comment. If you bought the yearly one, I think it's like $200 for 4 of these. If you buy the monthly one, I think it's like $60, which is the price of a bottle of whiskey. Each one of these is 50 mil, so 200 mil versus, so you're getting about a third of a bottle for the same price, if not a little cheaper, depending on what you usually buy. But it's going to be something that you could split between you and a friend, or you and even potentially 3 friends. You'll just have less of an ability to really dig into it. I don't know. I think this is a cool thing. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I've got a vested interest, so I'm not even going to give it a rating, but I think you could probably see on my face I was having a lot of fun doing this. So take that for what it's worth. Yeah, $50 quarterly or $50 each if you prepay for the whole year. Okay, so that makes sense. Anyway, all right, I think that was it. But I'm going to hang out for a minute because I know I always kind of jump off, but like I want to keep drinking some whiskey. So let's just say hi to some people who showed up recently. So Eric Waite is here. What's going on, Eric? I think it's a cool concept and fun from Dunny. I agree. This is only once per quarter, not every month. Yep, William. So I view that as a positive, personally. Like, some of those monthly subscription boxes, like my wife got me a snack one, which was fun, but I would rarely finish them before the next one would come. And I imagine that for something like this, like if I was getting one of these every month, especially if I'm doing it with friends, like I might not be getting together with my friends every month to do something like this. So I think quarterly's a good interval. Will they do once per month? Maybe. I do know it says right now, like if you subscribe now, I think there's like 13 days left. You'll get in on, I think it's probably, I got this in November. So it's actually probably the December pack. Just check their website. I don't have all the information and I don't want to misrepresent anything. I will also say, this is a non-tangible thing. I talked to the owner of this briefly, just over email, and I got a really good vibe from him. And that's all I'm really going to say about it. Like, he just seemed like he really was into like Whiskey Tube. Like here's my litmus test. Anybody who emails me looking for a sponsorship or anything, if they call me like the Whiskey Dictionary, or if they're like, hey, your YouTube channel, or even if they're just like, hey, we like your stuff, like, fine, whatever. When they call me Bill, I know that they've at least watched one episode. So, that is a thing. And this guy, he was like, hey, Bill, I liked this thing I saw. And he just quoted like a live stream that was about 35 minutes in. So he at least watched that, which says a lot to me. He's not just another person trying to make a buck. So anyway, I feel like too much of a salesman here, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to stop. If you are interested, I brought this up earlier. If you want to try out the Whiskey Dictionary and you want to do it for free, I threw a PDF up on my homepage on thewhiskeydictionary.com. Go check it out. It's right next to the video for my Patreon, and you'll see it. It's a big old icon that says PDF because I did it while I was live streaming. You can download the PDF here, and then you can try this at home, and I think that'd be great. So go ahead and give that a shot. Let's see. The grift is real. Yeah, thanks, Fedorsky. Fedorovsky, yes. Let's see what else. Yeah, it looks like, all right. Yeah, I think we're about good. All right. Thank you, everybody. It was great hanging out with you on a Saturday night. This was a fun change. Again, look for random stuff this upcoming week. Actually, next couple of weeks. I have no idea what I'm putting out. I know I'll be doing my year-end whiskey stuff, but there could be anything. I'm like feeling creative, so I could do some really weird stuff, or maybe I'll just live stream a bunch. But anyway. Yes, the link in the description isn't your affiliate link. It only hyperlinked to their main page directly. I will double check that because I think it sets a cookie to let people know that it's me. But either way, just go buy it. This is a cool product. I rarely say that. Go buy this thing. It's cool. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your night, and cheers.